And it's why we announced that we're moving ahead this fall with Fulbright University Vietnam. Right here in Ho Chi Minh City, the country's first non-profit, independent university. And the goal is to make sure that Vietnamese students, no matter what their background, has access to a world-class education that's rooted in Vietnam's rich culture and fueled by the free exchange of ideas. And I want to thank former Senator Bob Kerrey, who is here. Who's been one of the key people to help lead this effort. Thank you very much, Bob. So all these efforts reflect our belief in you, in your ability to keep moving. Vietnam forward. And there are some incredible young people who are here who are great examples of the incredible talent and drive of young people in Vietnam today. For example, I see Vietnam's promise in Nhan Dang. Where's Nhan? Somewhere. There you are, right there. So I had a chance to meet Nhan when I welcomed our ISI fellows to the White House. She started as a volunteer. She started a volunteer group to work with street children and orphans. And people with physical disabilities right here in Ho Chi Minh City. So far, they've recruited some 450 volunteers. Delivered over 7,000 hours of mentoring, built 5 libraries in 2 cities. And that's just one example of the incredible work that's being done by young people right here in Vietnam. We're very proud of you. Thank you. A couple other people I want to point out. We've got LOC Li Xian. Where's LOC? There he is right there. I'm going to close with one more story just to give you an example of the incredible work that's being done by young people. Elizabeth Fu is here, I think, and was born here. In the aftermath of the war, Liz and her family became refugees. Liz was barely 4 years old. They packed themselves into a boat, they began a dangerous journey. Pirates ransacked their boat. But they made it to a refugee camp in Malaysia and eventually, in 1979, to America. With just $20 in their pocket, Liz's parents started to build a new life in California. They taught their children about the importance of education. And after years of studying and hard work, Liz, a proud Vietnamese American, ended up becoming one of my top advisors on Asia in the White House. And we've relied on her for all kinds of incredible policy work that we've done over the last several years. So too, non-LOC, Liz, so many of you're already showing. That you can change the world to reflect our best values. You're showing that with determination and commitment and optimism and hard work, anything is possible. And that's why I'm so hopeful about the future between the United States and Vietnam. That our relationship will continue to grow deeper and stronger. But I'm also optimistic that you're going to be able to change the region and the world in so many positive ways. So as the great Tran Lap sang, the path to glory days is getting closer. So come on. So with that, now is the time for me to start taking some questions. I don't know if you've been briefed, but we have microphones in the audience. I'm going to just call on people and I'm going to go boy, girl, so it's fair. Question, good morning, MR. President. I'm from Ho Chi Minh City. And we are 100% Vietnamese owned company. That produce high-end plastic products and components in the supporting industries. And today it is our honor to meet with the President. And we have an ambition to request for your help, and that is we would like to be given opportunities to approach the leading enterprises in the United States. Especially in the sector of consumer electronics. Automotive, and airline industries, and other plastic-related products for supporting industries. And so, under your help, we could be able to join and be the supplier in the direct supply chain. And we are committed to share the values of integrity and accountability. Thank you, Mr. President. President Obama, well, thank you so much. As you know, one of the things that we're really emphasizing is entrepreneurship, the idea of people starting their own businesses. Selling goods across borders, creating jobs, creating great products and services. And yesterday I had a chance to meet with a number of young Vietnamese entrepreneurs who are already starting to create digital platforms to sell goods not just in Vietnam but also overseas. This is one of the reasons why we're pushing very hard for the Trans-Pacific Partnership TPP. Because what that does is it reduces the barriers between countries for selling their goods and services. It gives opportunities not just to big companies but also to small companies to enter into the global supply chain. It raises labor standards and environmental standards so that all countries are working on a level playing field. And if we can get that done, and the goal is, I think, to try to complete TPP before the end of this year. Then that will open up a lot of opportunities, and create great confidence among investors herein. Vietnam and US companies who are interested in working with young people like you who may have a great idea. Now, my general rule in all this is not to actually broker deals and sign contracts. That's somebody else's job. My job is to make sure that we have the kinds of rules. In place that make it easier for businesses to get to know each other, to meet. And one of the things that we're doing with the Vietnamese government is constantly looking for opportunities for trade missions. For businesses to come and learn about what's going on. And so what we'll do is we'll make sure that, through the consulate or through the embassy, if and when we have you. As businesses who are coming here to Vietnam and are interested in meeting young entrepreneurs. That you'll have an opportunity potentially to present your ideas and see if you can make a deal. All right? Good luck. All right, it's a gentleman's turn. All right, this guy. He looks very happy right here. Question: Hello, sir. I'm a student in Vietnam National University. I have two questions for you. The first one is that you are a very great leader, and we are young leaders. Do you have any advice that how can we be great like you? President Obama, oh, wow. Now, what's the second question? Question, and the second question is, we are young leaders. Do you have any suggestion that how can we have to strengthen the relationship between Vietnam and America? President Obama, first of all, let me tell you, that when I was your age, I was not as well organized and well educated and sophisticated as all of you. When I was young, I fooled around a lot. I didn't always take my studies very seriously. And I was more interested in basketball and girls. Whenever I meet with young people and they ask me this question, my most important advice is to find something that you care deeply about, find something that excites you. And put all your energy and effort into it because the path for everybody is different. Some people are very passionate about education. Some people are very passionate about medicine. Some people are passionate about business. And so there's no one path to ending up being a leader. People sometimes think that to be a leader you have to make great speeches. Or you have to be in politics. But there are a lot of Ways to lead. Some of the greatest leaders are people who are behind the scenes. So, for example, in the United States, during the civil rights movement that helped to create opportunities for people like me, because at the time, African Americans couldn't fully participate. In society, everybody here has heard of Martin Luther King, but there were all these young organizers. Your age people like Bob Moses and John Lewis. And others who were helping go into poor communities and registering voters, and getting them active and getting them involved. And they were enormous leaders. Amazing leaders, even though they never made big speeches in front of big crowds. But you have to feel passionate about something. And one of the things that I always tell young people is, don't worry so much about what you want to be, worry more about what you want to do. And what I mean by that is, if you are passionate about your work, then naturally over time you are going to rise and people will admire and respect what you've done. But if all you're thinking about is, I want to be a member of the National Assembly, or I want to be very rich, or I want to be this or I want to be that, then you pay less attention to the actual work in front of you. And most of the people I meet who are very successful, in any field, are people who just love their work. So Bill Gates, who started Microsoft, he didn't start off thinking, I want to be a multi-billionaire. He started off thinking, I really like computers and I want to find out how I can create really neat software.